Oh my goodness, what's going on? The ride hasn't even started yet. I should have called this the big time show, The Garage. That's where I am. What's going on? Hey, as you come in, I hope that you would share. I mean, we already know what we're getting ready to talk about. By now, your phone has given you indications, notifications. By now, you turned on ESPN to go listen to those negative people try to shoot down, you know, what they know, uh, is something somewhat positive, if you want to go that route. Uh, then you got people like us, the content creators, who have already started. Henny and Landlord and Boss Cowboys on it. They usually don't come on this early, but hey, bottom line, big news has happened, and it is big news. That's the first thing. Don't let nobody tell you that this is not big news. It's big news. George Pickens is being traded to the Dallas Cowboys, as you know. Big move. It's a big move. Yeah, and all the haters, I don't even want to hear it. It's a big move. It is. This is when you're gonna get all the see football people know what this means. And they also know what it could potentially mean. I'm gonna get into that in just a second. But make no mistake about it. Jerry Jones, and this to me, I started off this way. As much as we've heard from Coach Schottenheimer, As much as we've heard about, leaders and, getting the right guys in the locker room and all that type of stuff, this doesn't add up to a Brian Schottenheimer move. I will give you that. This has the imprint of Jerry Jones all over it. I mean, it's his team. He always gonna make one of these little moves. He did it with Trey Lance a couple years ago. Now he does it, in my view, with this. He did it with the Amari Cooper move. He did it with the T.O. move. This is what he did it with the Greg Hardy move. This is a Jerry Jones move. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't care what y'all say. I love it. It's no sense in me even lying about it. Because if you're talking strictly football on the football field, see, now everybody gonna want to get technical and want to start talking about other stuff, and they're gonna try to find that's ESPN job. That's what you're gonna hear today. ESPN job is gonna be trying to shoot down the move. All right. Let's make sure we understand that. You Stephen A. Smith, people on Get Up. You're gonna have some that's gonna try to shoot it down. Some gonna try to talk about George Pickens' character and all that type of stuff. Here's the truth of the matter. He's a diva receiver. What diva receiver don't act devious? I just made up a word. Let's get that straight. You ain't heard nothing about him off the field. Let's get that straight. Because see, this is what they do. You ain't heard nothing about George Pickens off the field. You haven't heard anything. All you heard about is he want the ball. Sometimes he look like he's not engaged or stuff like that. It is what it is. However, you cannot deny the talent. You cannot deny the impact that he has had on the Steelers. You can't deny that he is talent. I left the garage, so I'm back. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Everybody hit that like button. I can't see your chats right now. I know y'all got a lot to say. I know you do. And I'm driving, so I won't be able to. I'll catch up on the comments once I finally park. I got a little ride to go, so I'm gonna hang with you for a minute or so. On the field, y'all know. I ain't got to. Hey, look, we ain't got to debate the talent. We don't have to debate that. We don't. Ain't no sense of trying to act like this dude ain't the truth. It's no sense of acting like he ain't a dog. It's no sense of acting like he will bring impact. We already know this. So it's no sense of us. Cause see, you got some Cowboy fans who gonna act the fool. I ain't worried about the haters. I'm worried about the Cowboy fans now. Because see, all I heard was this. That we need a wide receiver too. That's what I heard now. Well, you got one. Just say we got one, and let's learn to practice putting a period on things. Let's stop putting commas on it and the buts. No, I'm talking strictly on the field. I'm gonna let everybody else talk about outside stuff. I'm gonna let those of you who say he's a problem in the locker room, I'm gonna let you have that because there is some, I guess, evidence that said that he's not on the same page at times. I get it, and some of you gonna say, look, if Mike Tomlin can't handle him, or Pittsburgh can't do it, can't deal with them, then that ought to tell you something. It don't tell me nothing. Why doesn't it tell me nothing? Because the Pittsburgh Steelers just signed DK Metcalf. George Pickens was the #1 receiver. They got DK Metcalf, paying him over $30 million a year to be the #1 receiver. George Pickens would not be the #1 wide receiver no more. He's a #2 if he stays in Pittsburgh. And he's a #2 coming to Dallas. And he knows that. What y'all done forgot is, at least for this year, the Dallas Cowboys are getting George Pickens in a contract year. That is important. I'm just giving you the facts, but I ain't talking about the football field yet. Let me give you the facts. He's in a contract year. He is also on the biggest stage in the NFL, being a Dallas Cowboy. Trust me, he will confirm this year. I just said this year. I ain't saying nothing about next year. Now, we'll get all the total finalized deals of the trade. But one thing that is looking like is going to happen, that the Cowboys are going to have to give up a 3rd-round pick for him, plus some more. I think maybe a 6th-round pick. Okay, there's no 3rd-round pick next year that's going to be as good as George Pickens. So let's get that out the way. I'm going to fast forward to the draft already. There's not going to be a guy in the 3rd round that good for George Pickens. All right? So let's get that out the way. Okay? So if the Cowboys are giving up a 3rd-round pick, and let's just say a 6th-round pick, then what that tell me is the Cowboys are not going to let George Pickens leave that building. The Cowboys are going to sign. They done gave up too much to go get him. You're not going to leave empty-handed. The Cowboys are going to sign this dude to a deal. Doesn't that make sense? They're going to sign him. Now, since that's understood, let's get this little small part out the way. Until now, I was one that said they didn't address it in the draft, and they kept hollering Jonathan Mingo's name. Well, with the addition of George Pickens, this obviously tells you that the Cowboys were thinking the same thing that the fan base was thinking. They don't quite believe in Jonathan Mingo. Can we get that out the way? That's obvious now. Jonathan Mingo will not be your #2 wide receiver. Okay, that's easy. We ain't got to talk about it. Good. Jonathan Mingo becomes a pretty good depth piece, though. Jalen Tolbert is a good depth piece. The wide receiver room just got better. It ain't no doubt about that. None. You want to throw in Kevontae Turpin? Fine, that's 5. The wide receiver room just got better. You add George Pickens' talent to your team, guess what? You don't get worse. You don't get worse. You just got better. You just got better. Jerry Jones said at the draft, at the end of the draft, the day 3 of the draft, he talked about trades, and he had some possible substantial trades that he had got going, that he had moving. Nobody believed it, including us, including me. But it is obvious that Jerry Jones had something up his sleeve. It's obvious. And we see it now. Now, let me go ahead and get to the field, because this way it's gonna matter. I'm already telling you, y'all sound like ESPN. I ain't reading some of your comments, but some of y'all gonna sound like for those that gonna watch this later. Some of y'all gonna sound like Stephen A. and all the other folks, because they got to try to shoot down the Cowboys. They know it's a great move. They're gonna try to shoot it down. They know it's a big, impactful move. They're going to try to shoot it down. He's in a contract year. He is going to play lights out football. And since I'm already telling nobody kills they upcoming big deal coming up. If he mess up in Dallas on a contract year, he's going to sign somewhere, but his stock is going to go down. If the Cowboys, some kind of crazy way, say we just can't deal with this guy. I'm expecting him to come with a chip on his shoulder, like he always has. He is a super talent. Y'all don't know it, but you need to go look at his film. George Pickens is a bully. He will put his hands on cornerbacks. He blocks extremely well. He is a dog. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all just go watch it for yourself. Let's look at the football field, y'all. This is where the bottom line is. Quick question. For those of you that may be on here that have a problem, did the Cowboys just get worse? That's all I want to know. Did the Cowboys just get better, or did they get worse? Or let me add a third option. Do they remain the same? That's all I need to know. Put it in the chat. The bottom line, did this offense just get better? I know it probably ain't a Schottenheimer guy. I know. It don't match his criteria of, leadership, all that type of stuff. I know Schottenheimer may has, I know. I realize this is Jerry. I get it. But the bottom line is, when a defensive coordinator goes to bed at night, and he got to think about playing the Dallas Cowboys, is he going to spend some extra time now getting ready for the Cowboys? Please say yes or no. What does George Pickens bring? Okay, let's start with the obvious. He's going to bring a light box. Y'all say we better run the ball? Okay. With George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, and CeeDee Lamb out there, ladies and gentlemen, is there going to be really 8 men in the box for real? Is there going to be 9 men in a box? You're going to really take the chances of having CeeDee Lamb and Pickens go one-on-one? Really? See, just last night, you still can load up the box, see? Because here on the other side is Jonathan Mingo. See, on the other side, it was possibly Jalen Tolbert. So you can stack the box, stop the run. You can do all that. But thank God for another day, a new day. Because, see, you can't stack the box now. We want to run the ball like y'all say? Okay. Watch this. Maybe this explains, y'all, because there's some that believe that the running back room is not complete yet, or is not ready. Well, let's look at it a different way now since we got Pickens. With the running backs we have, let me just ask y'all this question. You think that with the running backs that we have, whoever your number 1 guy is, whoever your number 2 guy is, do you think they can run in a light box now? I'm just on the field now. I'm on the field. Y'all can talk about character and all that right now. Hey, look, okay, he ain't gonna do nothing, y'all. He ain't gonna do nothing. That was a reporter this morning that said, look, he's a diva receiver. He wants the ball. He gets frustrated just like any other diva receiver does. Off the field, nobody said nothing about George Pickens. He don't get in trouble. He's not an Antonio Brown. He's not like that. Nowhere close. So I'm gonna let y'all hang on to that. I'm not. The man is in a contract year. He's gonna be trying to get his money. That means you're gonna get the best out of him this year. So what does he bring to the field? You're gonna get a light box. What else does he bring? What I heard everybody say, myself included, is that despite CeeDee Lamb being an all-pro receiver, he's an all-pro receiver that gets doubled every passing play. It's rare when CeeDee Lamb gets one-on-one. Right? Okay. With the addition of Pickens, if you choose, this is what the defensive coordinator got to think about now. If you choose to double up CD and leave Pickens one-on-one with your quarterback, who you betting your money on? I take it every day. You want to double up CD? Okay. Mr. Pickens is finna go to work. He's that kind of receiver, and y'all know it, so I ain't got to explain nothing to you. You watch football like I do. Y'all watch football like I do. You know it's the truth. What does he bring to the field? Oh, oops, I'm sorry. Is it safe to say, barring injury, of course, barring injury, is it safe to say now that you and I are expecting the Dallas Cowboys to score a lot of points this year? I think that's, last time I saw something like this is when we got Amari Cooper, and Dak and that offense was the number one offense in the league, right? Dak was, putting up 30 a game, right? Right? I mean, they was already doing that almost without Pickens. They were doing that with, long as Dak was healthy. That's another whole thing to talk about too. But we'll get to that later, not today, but we just gonna play like everybody can stay somewhat healthy. The only question about this offense, look, it ain't no questions about the wide receivers no more. Okay, Jared Jones has eliminated that. It ain't no questions about the tight end and wide receiver room. We done with that. Y'all, we got what we wanted. I was team trenches. I had my brothers, a lot of them were team weapons. We got the best of both worlds now. Everybody good now. Everybody's good now. There ain't no question about the wide receiver room. There's some questions about the running back room. And there's questions about the offensive line. If the offensive line do what I think that they should be able to do, I think BB is going to be better. I think Guyton is going to be better. I believe Booker's going to come in and be dominant. Tyler Smith, I ain't got nothing to say nothing about him. He's all pro. We all know what he's going to do. I think Booker's going to be, I ain't saying he's going to be an all pro, but I really do believe Booker got a chance to be a Pro Bowl guard this year. I'm serious. I ain't saying he's going to be all pro. I think Booker's going to be dominant. I really do. If the line do without the steal, you hope Steele is better. Let's just, if he's better than what he was, we'll take it. Cowboys gonna score points this year. Does it mean we're better than Philadelphia? No, I ain't saying that. Does it mean that we're better than Washington? I'm not saying that. Does this mean that we're going to get past the first round of the playoffs? I'm not saying that. However, I will say this. By getting George Pickens, we closed the gap. Yes, we did. We closed the gap, y'all. We closed the gap. I don't want to hear who's the best team in the NFC. I ain't trying to stack all that. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is when you got a division like we have, the Jones family realized, just like all of us did, that they got to make a move. And they did it. They did it, y'all. Some of y'all want Keenan Allen. Some of y'all want Amari Cooper back. Okay, didn't happen. You got George Pickens. I think he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good. I do. I think he's pretty good, y'all. And he's young. Can you imagine Pickens and CD together for the next 5, 6 years? Can you imagine what he does? What does he do on the field? Well, okay. Um, who says that CD got to line up outside now? Because Pickens is an outside guy and an inside guy. You can move CD to the slot now, right? You can bring in Mingo if you want to now. Bring him on in. Bring Mingo in for the outside with CD in the slot and Pickens on the outside. Oh, I'm sorry. What else can you do? Oh, you want Tolbert? Fine. Put Tolbert in the slot. Have Pickens and CD on the outside. Oh, okay. Oh, you want to go NASCAR? Oh, bring in Turk. Y'all saw what he can do with a little slant route. I mean, it's gonna be open because a lot of attention gonna be on CD and Pickens. I mean, can you imagine the year now that Jake Ferguson, if he can stay healthy, what kind of year this dude finna have this year? With Pickens and CD? See, it's too many benefits to be worried about the negative, y'all. And see, that's what y'all getting ready to hear. All ESPN and Fox and Stephen A., his hating tail gonna act like it ain't nothing really big about it. Yes, it is. It's big. It's big. It's big. I'm gonna even go and say this, y'all. I ain't saying, don't catch me wrong. I've been saying this for the last 2, 3 years. One thing that the Dallas Cowboys have done when they have traded or signed a free agent has been mostly for depth, with the exception of the Stephon Gilmore trade a couple years ago, the Amari Cooper trade years ago. This trade right here, y'all, okay, here I go. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this trade is a Super Bowl move. Yeah, it's a Super Bowl move. I got 2 number 1 wide receivers now. That's what we've been asking for. We want A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. We want Tyree Hill and Jalen Waddle. we want 2 number 1. You got it now. You got it. You got it. When you add it up, when you add up the positives and the negatives, the positives outweigh the negatives. But I know how some of y'all gonna say. I know what y'all gonna say. Some of y'all gonna say, well, some of them negatives can blow up a team. Schottenheimer has too many leaders on this team that Pickens is gonna be surrounded by. That they're not gonna let this dude destroy this team, and that ain't him anyway. We got to quit with the false narratives or believe the add-ons that people want to talk about. A lot of people gonna say, well, the Steelers got rid of Pickens because he's a gigantic problem. The reporters already said he's really not a problem. It's just that they paid DK Metcalf. They ain't gonna pay George Pickens gigantic money. That's really what it boiled down to. Pickens was a #1 last year with Pittsburgh. He's not now. They got DK Metcalf. They already done figured we're not gonna be able to pay both of them. They traded them and got them away. It's really that simple. See, nobody gonna talk about that. What they're gonna talk about is they just had to get rid of him. He's a problem child. Where's the evidence? Where is it? Show me a receiver that's not a diva. Y'all didn't say nothing about A.J. Brown reading a book on the sideline when he didn't get the ball. Y'all didn't say nothing about that. All y'all said is, here they won the Super Bowl. Okay, if you're going to give them that, then same day you got to give Pickens. Y'all ain't, I mean, every dominant, a dominant type receiver, alpha type receiver is a diva. They all are. This ain't nothing new. Jerry Rice was the only one that was, by the book. Marvin Harrison. Those guys were by the book and give you no problems after that. But all the other great wide receivers had diva qualities. Randy Moss was a diva. Chris Carter was a diva. Michael Irvin was a diva. Andre Rison was a diva. Whoever you want to go with, they were divas. So I don't want to. I'm not going. At least on my show, I'm not going to be feeding into that mess there. The bottom line is the Cowboys. Jerry Smart. He got them in a contract year. Usually, guys that play on a contract year, they don't mess this thing up. Whatever that means. It's too many leaders in the locker room that George Pickens does not have to come in here and be a #1 wide receiver. All he got to do is fall in lane. CeeDee Lamb is the unquestioned #1 wide receiver. Dak Prescott is the unquestioned one of the leaders on this team. Michael Parsons, one of the leaders on this team. The bottom line is, before all this hate start that we finna hear this morning, the bottom line is the Dallas Cowboys have just became better. What does that mean? Does that mean 9 wins? Does that mean 10 wins? Does that mean 11, 12, 13 wins? We don't know. We don't know what the injury guards are going to do with the Cowboys this year. We don't know if Dak Prescott can make a whole year. We don't know. We don't know who's gonna get injured and all that type of stuff. We don't know. But all I know is the Cowboys have just gotten better. Whatever the defensive coordinator plans are for the Dallas Cowboys, they gotta ball it up and throw it in the garbage can now and go back to the drawing board because of what just happened this morning. That's all I know. They ain't had to do nothing long as Mingo and Tolbert and Turpin and whoever else, Jalen Brooks, whoever you want to throw out, they didn't have to do nothing with their game plan against the Dallas Cowboys. Nothing. They got to do it now. Whatever game plan, it's over now. They got to change everything. Now you got to spend some time. Pick your poison. We back to that now. Pick your poison. Do you want us to beat you running the ball? Do you want to stack the box and leave CD and Jake Ferguson and my guy Pickens? Do you want to leave them 1-on-1? Pick your poison now. However way you want to play it, the Cowboys now can play it. Whatever you want to go with. You want to leave a light box? Okay. I believe that the running backs we have can run through a little 7-man box now instead of an 8-man. Whoever your running back is, I believe they can run through it. Okay, I see nothing but the positives right now. I can see the potential, caution. Look, you ain't gonna have no perfect team. All these choir boy, goody two shoes, you know, sing near my God to thee type guys every day. You ain't got that. You ain't gonna have that on team. Every team needs some dogs. I've been saying it for years. If y'all been following me, I've been saying it for years. Every team needs some dogs. We just got one today. Real dogs. Now, if you get a dog like Tyler Booker, who's a polished kind of media guy, you get the best of both worlds. Okay, you got that. That's fine. But every team needs one of these type dogs. That's what you need. I believe the boy gonna fall right in. So I am happy today. Everybody hit that like button for me. Everybody hit that like button for me. I can't wait to read y'all comments. Cause I know somebody here is disagreeing with me. I know I got some problems, got some couple haters in here because they want to be quick to say, yeah, Dallas ain't gonna do nothing. Dallas. Man, y'all might well hush their fuss because even you haters know. Y'all know we just got better today. You know we did. I bet you, I put it this way, haters, whoever your team is in here. If I got some Philadelphia fans, y'all love y'all little 2 young cornerbacks, right? The 2 rookies. Well, y'all love them so much. Let y'all little 2 cornerbacks go one-on-one with Lamb and Pickens. Let's see how they're going to turn out for you. I mean, I'm just saying. Because, see, y'all told us the same thing when we had Bland and Diggs. I remember y'all telling us, oh, really? Okay. And we did it. Y'all go one-on-one with AJ and Devontae Smith and see how that go for you. That's what y'all told us. I'm just returning the favor now. Please go one-on-one. Please. Y'all go one-on-one like that. Dak Prescott is going to be your MVP in the NFL this year. Washington. Y'all ain't got no quarterbacks, not no great ones. Okay. But just in case you feel like it, Dan Quinn like to blitz a lot, right? Oh, okay. Dan like to blitz, right? Oh, okay. Go ahead and blitz and lead one-on-one with Pickens and Lamb out there. See how they work for you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Go ahead and blitz. The Giants got a pretty good defense. Gonna have an awesome pass rush. Gonna have Thibodeau on one side, and then you're gonna have the guy I love the most, Mr. Abdul Carter, on the other side. Okay. Let them rush and blitz and see how they do for you. I'm just saying. Y'all don't act like the rules of football have changed now since the Cowboys went out and got a dog. See that's how people gonna act. Like, oh, everybody okay. I'm happy today. I'm excited. Matter of fact, I told my wife this morning because I said I wasn't gonna do it. I didn't do it last year. I told them because they ain't made no moves that's gonna convince me that they really trying to win for the first time in God knows how many years. I can honestly say that the Dallas Cowboys are really trying to win. I'm excited about that. This is the first time I can say it. It's been that long. I can honestly say that the Cowboys are trying to win. I'm so happy. This move lets me know that they are really trying to win. I'm done. I'm gonna read y'all comments and I'm gonna reply to them too. Okay. I'm sorry I couldn't read. Hello to everybody. I'm sorry I couldn't recognize you. I got to go in and move on. Trust me, I'm coming back later to talk about all this. This ain't the only one. I got to get to the crowd that don't come in the morning. So I don't know exactly when there's going to be, but I'm coming. Just turn on these notifications. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging with me this morning. Cowboy fans, guess what? We can smile now. We can smile. Ain't no sense of frowning now. We got what we wanted. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go. Jerry Jones is really trying to win. I be dang. I'm going to holler at y'all. This has been the one and the only, the big time show.